Most of us have had the companionship of a pet in our lifetime. These relationships are very important and we want to be sure to protect them. But how far should we go? Modern technology has given us the invention of the pet microchip. A pet microchip is a tiny transponder, a radio frequency identification chip about the size of a grain of rice. The transponder is injected under the skin in the neck area between the shoulders and remains there as a permanent foreign obstruction to their body. What we must determine is if they are safe and if they are necessary. I have found during my research that the insertion of the chip can be painful. It is like an injection and is administered with a 12-gauge needle. Most veterinarians agree with this and recognize they need to use numbing medication to relieve some of this discomfort. Even if the pain factor is overlooked, you must also be aware that implanting any foreign material into your pet's body is a risk. Whether it's a microchip, a metal plate to repair a fractured bone, or transplanted organ, there is the potential for the body to reject any foreign material. There have also been documented cases of soft tissue tumors developing at microchip injection sites. Research shows that between 1996 and 2006, between 0.8 and 10.2% of laboratory animals developed malignant tumors around or near implanted microchips. There are also two documented cases of chip-related tumors in dogs and the possibility of many more that have gone unreported. Microchips also carry the risk of an autoimmune reaction where your pet's immune system becomes aggravated or chronically inflamed, which can lead to tissue degeneration and abnormal cell growth, or cancer at the site of implantation. This being said, having one implanted and surviving the health risk associated is only 50% of the process. The chip must be registered and the registration kept up to date to make it effective. If your pet is found, the rescuing organization will scan him with a microchip reader. Using the ID number, the rescuer will attempt to look up the pet's registration in the national database. This process will only work if the owner has actually registered the chip. Without registration, there's no connection to the pet's owner. Less than 10% of the millions that escape or get lost from their owners every year are ever reunited. Even if your pet has a microchip, its ability to locate your find your pet depends on whether or not it can be scanned. There are 4 different microchip manufacturers in the United States, and most facilities do not have a universal scanner that can read all the different chips. Therefore, your pet's chip could still go undetected. Another potential disadvantage is that chips have been known to migrate away from the injection site, which makes them more difficult to even locate with a scanner. They can migrate under the shoulder blade, up to the back of the neck, or even all the way down to the belly. Then, the facility must be responsible enough to scan your entire pet in order to locate the chip, which is unlikely. In conclusion, I would like to give my personal recommendation if you're considering chipping your pet. You should first determine how much risk there is that your pet will ever get out of your sight. If you have an indoor-only cat, for example, or a well-trained responsible dog that is always on a leash outdoors, I believe the potential risk of microchipping outweigh the benefits. Just make sure your pet has a standard up-to-date ID collar or tag. This will be the easiest and fastest way for someone who has found your pet to locate you and the least invasive for your furry friend. Thank you for watching.